People's relationship with their media has changed pretty much forever. Gone are their DVDs, and gone are their CDs. Hell, even mine are in the attic these days. The majority of people nowadays consume their media like a kebab at 2 AM on a Saturday morning. Sure, it was great at the time, but did you savour the experience? Do you remember what toppings you had? No? See, this is what's happened to my relationship with music. See, back in my day, we used to go to Woolworths, buy an album, bring it home and make a day of it. You'd open up your CD case, sniff the glorious booklet inside. You'd put the CD on, open the booklet, read the lyrics and the track titles and look at the artwork. But most importantly, by the end of that album, you knew the name of every track on it. Nowadays, I'm lucky if I remember the name of the album, let alone all the tracks I've just been listening to. Part of this is my age. I don't have as much time these days to just sit down and put on an album. I'm too busy doing adult stuff, like the washing, or the washing up, which I should really get onto, shouldn't I? I consume my music differently now. In the car, while I'm at work, while I'm on walks. My relationship with music might not be the same anymore, but I don't blame streaming services for that. Back when I was a kid listening to CDs and tapes, I never would have imagined that one day you could stream any song you wanted, any time you wanted, through your phone. I gave up collecting CDs because I just don't have the space for it, and it just made more sense. You can listen to music pretty much anywhere, it's ubiquitous. I mean, watching movies isn't something you're likely to do while taking a crap in a public toilet. Oh. The same can be said for the way some people watch TV and movies these days. You just fire up the app, choose what you want to watch, and within 10 minutes you're on your phone checking how much your limited edition Euro 2004 Coca-Cola football is worth. Ooh, that much. See, even I'm guilty of it. Look, I don't hate streaming services. I have nothing against them. I sometimes use them. But what I don't want to happen is for physical media to die off because of it. Because most of the time when I'm at home, I want to switch on the projector, put my phone into aeroplane mode, and it's off to the world. Ah, yes, off to the world. A phrase often used on social media back in the day, back when people used to post pictures of their fish finger sandwiches instead of going on and on about politics because they did their own research, which, by the way, you can't really do your own research without having somewhat of an education in what you're researching. Anyway, coming up on today's show, a massive DVD haul, I go back to school, some ice road trucking, and it's Groundhog Day, isn't it? Welcome to Chidzvidz. Well, it's Groundhog Day again, and that must mean I'm here in Penrose to try and get 10 DVDs for £1. I'm doing a charity shop hunt, obviously, otherwise what else would I be doing? Yeah, this place, it's 10 for £1, so I'm going to quickly go in here, and then I'm quickly going to Porthmadog and Pwllheli. I need to get home as quick as possible. I am so tired. I've been up since 1 AM. It's 2:15. Let's get this over and done with. Okay, well, I managed to find 9 in there, 2 of which are box sets. On to Porthmadog to see what they have. Mad world indeed. I've arrived in Porthmadog. Next and last stop is Pwllheli. I'm here in Pwllheli, and for you English people, that's Pwll, as in pool, and heli, as in heli. Okay, that's not right, but I'm not here to teach you Welsh. I'm here for some goddamn physical media. Alright. I didn't find much today. Lol. Joke. I found these in Pwllheli, these in Porthmadog, these in Penygroes, and Alan Partridge on DVD. That's a joke. I already had Alan Partridge on DVD. Actually, I had to go find it from my sleeve here, which has over 400 DVDs in it. I think that's on page like 60 or something. Anyway, let's have a look at what I got, shall we? What the hell was that? I bought microphones, by the way. I got microphones, or hopefully you can hear me clearly. This is a magnet from one of those. Let's keep that away from DVD. Does that erase DVDs, magnets? I don't know. Anyway, I should put this back next to Scrubs and Everybody Loves Raymond, which I'm sure we'll get to at some point. Anyway, for today's haul, when I was in Pwllheli, I found 3 seasons of Smallville, or Welsh mode off, Smallville. Now, I've been putting off buying these because I've got loads of TV series that I haven't watched. So Smallville is on the list of things I want to see, but I just haven't been buying them. But these are pretty cheap. So there's 3 seasons there, and I got 1 season in Penygroes. So Penygroes is where I got, where you get 10 for £1, including box sets, which is crazy. So I got Smallville season 6 from Penygroes, and I bought the later seasons in Pwllheli. I got season 8, season 7, and season 4. So I'll have to write all this down. Also, I've been told time and time again to watch Yellowstone. Now, I did have Netflix for about 2 weeks over Christmas. I got to episode 3 of Stranger Things, the newest season, and I was like, you know what, shut up. And I cancelled it. So I'm not bothered about what happens in Stranger Things. I'll get to it eventually. I do want to finish it because I have seen the other seasons, and it is a good show, but not right now. I've got too much like stuff here I want to watch. So I'm not paying £12, God knows, so I don't have to sit through the adverts. Anyway, I've been told for ages to watch Yellowstone. I found season 1. I thought, you know, it's part of 10 for £1, so why wouldn't I buy season 1 on DVD for, you know, what was it, 10p? 10p that cost. Quantum Leap season 1. I'm very curious. I haven't seen these since I was a kid. This is just the first season. I can't remember how many seasons there are. I have never seen these in a charity shop, so if I can find the others quite cheap, I'll be happy to collect them all. I have seen it as a kid. I think it was on BBC Two here in the UK. Deadwood, the movie. Now, I have the TV series. I think there's 3 seasons of it. I had no idea there was a movie. So, yeah. Again, 10 for £1. Like, why wouldn't I? Charlie's Angels. Now, I have Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. So, obviously, I was going to have to get this at some point. I had the second film, not the first one. Also, had the second film, but not the first one. I think I screwed this up, actually, on my first tour of DVDs video, where I bought Crank 2 when I already had it, and I should have bought Crank. Well, I finally corrected that, and now I've got both Crank. Come here. Did you spot the mistake? I bought Crank instead of Crank 2. Again. Because I didn't do my due diligence and check my notes. It was only 10p, but still. In my defense, I've only had 3 hours sleep, and I've been up for about 18 hours. Now back to Past Ben with more DVDs.
You idiot!
The Runaways, starring Kristen Stewart and Dakota Fanning. Now, I like these two. No idea what this film is like, but I'm willing to give it a go. It's not even open. Now let's move on to the ones I got in Pennegrois. Now somebody told me on the comments of my last video that I should watch Kentucky Fried Movie. I have seen it in charity shops, but I just never really picked it up. It was quite cheap, and I found it today. So I bought Kentucky Fried Movie, and I'll give it a watch. Maybe in this episode. Also, someone in the comments of the last video told me or asked me if I had the bill. Well, now I do. I've got season 1, 2, and 3. Sounds like they're loose in there, actually. We'll find out what's going on. It's the first season. First season has a loose disc. And even though it's loose, it's not, it's still in good condition. So I've got season 1, 2, and 3 of The Bill, which, if you're unaware, this is a cop drama that aired on ITV in the UK, so it's a British cop drama. 3 seasons of it. And I'm sure even if I don't bother watching these, or if I just watch them once, I could probably sell these on. The completist in me is annoyed now, because there's no way I'm collecting all these. Surely there's tons of them. I hope this microphone is working, because I can't see an audio thing on this. If it's not, I'm going to be very unhappy, because I'm going to have to go through all this again. And it'll be very artificial, because I've already done it once. This was an interesting find. The City of Lost Souls, a Mike Takashi film. Mike Takashi. There's 2 eyes in there. Mike Takashi. I don't know, it's part of the Tartan Asia Extreme series. Surely pretty good, right? Again, if you're not from the UK, you're not going to know what One Foot in the Grave is, probably. It's a sitcom about an aging couple. I believe I've seen a couple of episodes of this. I have season 2. So I actually bought it so my mum could watch it, but I never found the other seasons. It's been years. Oh, actually, this is the best of. Oh, damn it. Oh, whatever. Didn't cost much. Postcards from the Edge. I love these type of films, so I'm happy to give that a go. Fish Tank. No idea what this one is. It's not often I do like a blind purchase every now and then. Never heard of Fish Tank. I don't believe I have this on DVD. I'm actually going to check. Con Air. For some reason, I don't think I have this. I've definitely seen it, but do I own it? Let's have a quick look. CCC, senor. Con Air. Con Air. Con Air. If you see it here, if you spot it, let me know. I'm pretty sure I don't have it. And if I did have it, it would be on display, not in the case. Nope, I don't have Con Air, so I have space for it there, so Con Air goes there. That rhymes! Where were we? So, I found Kill Bill Volume 2 on Blu-ray. The case is knackered, but I have a bunch of spare ones in the attic. I do have this on DVD, but I think it's a rental copy. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P. Chidzvidz. Where are you, Chidzvidz? Yeah, I was right. It's a rental copy. So I have a rental copy of Chidzvidz 2. Kill Bill 1 is just a normal DVD. Hopefully one day I have all the Tarantino films on Blu-ray. And they were in 3 for £1, so I didn't pay much at all for Kill Bill 2 on Blu-ray. The Ice Road. It's a Liam Neeson and Lawrence Fishburne movie. Every now and then I like a bit of trash. So I actually like watching trashy movies on Friday or Saturday evening. So I might watch that this weekend, seeing as I got tomorrow off, which I'm probably going to have to spend all day sorting all this lot out because, yeah, it's becoming a mess. Delicatessen. This is a French movie, I believe. Don't know much about it, but I do like a good world cinema movie. This is probably one of the most expensive ones I bought today. It was £2. And you'd think that would be it, wouldn't you? But no. Once a week, I go into my local town where I work on my dinner break, and I just
check. There's a few charity shops there. It only takes me like 5 minutes in each one. And they had CSI New York season 4 in there the other week, and it was like they were like £3 each. I go in there 2 days ago, and they were reduced to 40p each. Season 4 of CSI New York is the last season I need to complete all of CSI New York. Now I have all of them. So, but wait, that's not all. Last Sunday, when I went to go watch 28 Years Later Bone Temple, we walked into a couple of other charity shops where I found Jim Jeffries Live. If you're unaware, this is an Australian comedian. He's pretty funny. I've seen him live, and I've seen all his specials on Netflix. I also bought, because I was told it's very good by my friend Matt, Cold Feet, which is, I believe, a British comedy. Well, it's definitely a British comedy because I recognise some of these British actors. But yeah, never seen it, don't know much about it, and got the whole box set for £2.50. But wait, that's not all. God. Also, the same place where I bought the CSI New York season 4, they had Bones, right? I bought 3 seasons of Bones, season 1, 3, and 5. Now, these do go on a bit. These are 10p each. It's the only reason I bought them. I have no idea if I'm going to have any interest in this. I'm guessing it's something like CSI. I have season 1 here, so I might give an episode or 2 a go at some point. And if I find them cheap, I'll carry on collecting them. But, you know, just like ER, which I'm probably going to throw in the bin now that I've seen, because it has too many seasons, and, you know, I'll just put all my favorite episodes onto a hard drive or something. I don't know, but I'm definitely not keeping those discs. I want to make room, so they can all go in the bin. Some of them have disc rot anyway. If you didn't see episode 1, I went over all that in episode 1. There's a lot here I need to sort out tomorrow. That's it for the buying of DVDs. I'm going to spend the rest of the evening and tomorrow watching them and reviewing them. So let's get to it.
First up, my morning watch at the moment before I even get out of bed is Saved by the Bell.
This is a teen sitcom assembled from the ruins of Good Morning Miss Bliss, which was a similar show that aired on the Disney Channel in 1987 that was shit-canned after its first season. The characters were essentially moved over to Saved by the Bell. I've never seen Good Morning Miss Bliss, but whatever changes they made to the premise obviously worked because Saved by the Bell became a household name. Pistachio chocolate. The show ran for 4 seasons between 1989 and 1992. It spawned 3 made-for-TV movies and 2 more TV shows. I'm late for school. The show follows 6 main students through their high school hijinks as they learn valuable life lessons. Zach Morris, played by Marc-Paul Gossier, is our main protagonist who often breaks the fourth wall by talking to the camera/audience. We also have his friend and lovable nerd Screech, played by the late Dustin Diamond, and his love interest Lisa, played by Lark Voorhees. Then you have Jock A.C. Slater, played by Mario Lopez. He's Zach's love rival, fighting for the affection of Kelly Kapowski, played by Tiffany Thiessen. And last but not least, tall, straight-A student Jessie, played by Elizabeth Berkley, who would then go on to star in Showgirls. The show spawned 3 made-for-TV movies and 2 other TV shows. Saved by the Bell The College Years, which ran for 19 episodes, and Saved by the Bell The New Class, which ran for 140-odd episodes.
Of course, the show is dated and is written for teenagers, so most episodes don't really hold up very well. But there are some moments in here that I've enjoyed revisiting. I wouldn't recommend Saved by the Bell to anyone unless you grew up in the era or are just really curious. Before I move on, I want to talk about a lesson learned. Yesterday I bought Fish Tank on DVD at a charity shop, but I didn't really check what was inside. So that can go in the trash. Instead, tonight I'm going to be watching The Ice Road. We're going in blind on this one, folks. Or at least I'm going in blind, because the only thing I know about this film is what it says on the cover, which is Die Hard on Ice, which I'm assuming is what it was pitched to in the studio. Right, I've got chicken strips in the air fryer, and I've got the booze going. I might need it for this one. Well, well, well. Liam Neeson, pictured here looking like he's having a shit after a hot curry, plays Mike McCann, a big rig truck driver who has to deliver some vital equipment within hours of a diamond mine explosion. I'm not doing that again. This equipment is needed in order to save everyone who's trapped down the mine. But what's the danger, you ask? Well, it's Canada, so it's over ice roads, but it's out of season, so the ice is as thin as the CGI budget. But that's not the only challenge, is it? No, no, no. We've got bad guys too. To be fair, Liam Neeson does not phone in his performance, despite the fact this is just a low budget, probably straight to streaming type movie. I give this a low 5 out of 10 or a high 4 out of 10. I would keep it, but I doubt I'm going to rewatch it, and I've got over 6,000 DVDs in this house, so there's no point hoarding them. I've also found out just now that there's a sequel. I'm probably not going to bother with it, but it's not a bad film, it's just kind of there. After a 12-mile walk and an expensive pub meal, I arrived home, sunk my poor feet, and sat down to choose my Sunday night movie. Given that it's been a few years, it seemed like the perfect time to watch 1993's Groundhog Day. Starring Bill Murray as self-centered weatherman Phil Connors, who is annually tasked with hosting the Groundhog Day Festival activities in Punxsutawney, along with his cameraman Larry, played by Chris Elliott, and his producer Rita, played by Andy McDowell. Phil is hoping to leave the town as soon as possible, but those plans soon get bollocks when the roads get closed due to a blizzard. Pretzels. Things only get worse for him from here as he wakes up to discover he's reliving the same day over and over again. Pretzels. As time seems to only be going forward for him, he starts going through the stages of grief: denial, anger, depression, and acceptance. Pretzels. All this while also trying to win the affection of his producer, Rita, although any progress he makes just gets reset every morning. Pretzels. He eventually accepts his fate and decides to become a better person in the community by helping people that live locally. Pretzels. But can Phil break the cycle? And can he win the affections of Rita? Well, you're just going to have to watch it and find out, aren't you? Chocolate. Groundhog Day is directed by Harold Ramis, and I cannot think of a better film that does character development better. I highly recommend this. It's a 10 out of 10 film, and I've only just noticed that Elmo wasn't holding Groundhog Day and was holding that bloody Fish Tank movie. That wasn't even Fish Tank, was it? It was A Walk to Remember. I guess I should watch this before I throw it in the bin. There's no point wasting it, is there? This episode's favourite purchase is 2025's Dangerous Animals. This movie was recommended to me by a friend, so I was expecting a decent to good Jaws knockoff movie. What I got, though, was a Jaws / Wolf Creek / Eaten Alive knockoff movie. Meet Zephyr, a van lifer / surfer who's looking for some waves and for someone to give her a good old fish finger. She cops off with this guy Moses and then decides to bugger off without telling him while he's cooking her breakfast. After leaving, she finds a nearby beach that she can surf at. While on this beach, she ends up getting kidnapped. Should have stayed for breakfast, shouldn't you, ungrateful bitch? She must have given this Moses a good seeing to, though, because he's determined to go and find her. He finds her abandoned van and a possible clue to her whereabouts. But can he get to her in time? See, the person who kidnapped Zephyr is a serial killer. He also has a hard-on for tourists and feeds them to sharks. Whoa. Dangerous Animals is available to buy at Woolworths or HMV. There's not many of them left, really, is there? Or you can stream it on Shudder. And that's it for this episode. I hope you're enjoying this. As I go forward, the format will probably improve, and hopefully the episodes improve. But I hope you enjoyed episode 2, and I'll be back in a few weeks.